sale of your home. Go to iloverevive.com.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and then finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you want out of your house, moving, downsizing, you have financial issues that you inherited, so you list it with a broker, and that means hours of cleaning and painting and repairing and paying big fees. So let me give you another way of doing it. You get a fair price without any of that. Buyer never walks through your house. There's never an appraisal, no commissions, and you can get paid in cash within 10 days or less if you need it. That's directbuyers.com. That's the company that Janet and Matt, brother and sister, own, and I love the way they do business. They'll never lowball you. They're just honest folks. And let me tell you, a lot of schmucks in this industry, and that's not what they are. They'll give you an honest, no-obligation offer and even offer a $15,000 cash advance before closing. Go to directbuyers.com. That's directbuyers.com. Call 844-242-SELL. 844-242-SELL. directbuyers.com.
Presented by San Diego. Now through Sunday, it's the Wreck Van Show. Inside at Del Mar Fairgrounds, experience the hottest trends in adventure vans. Sleek, maneuverable mini motorhomes, Mercedes-Benz, Dodge, or Ford Power, and all are equipped with luxury amenities. Winnebago, Tippett, Underway, Jayco. Over 100 mini motorhomes to compare and choose from. Save thousands during this limited time event. Free admission and parking. See RV.fun for information. Hurry! The super savings during the Wreck Van Show inside at Del Mar Fairgrounds ends Sunday. For official rules and more information about contests of this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
Well, hey, it's me, Leo Laporte. I am your personal tech guy, your geek on the radio. Each week we talk about tech, answer your questions, give you the latest tech news. Microsoft's got a big hardware announcement. We'll talk about the new Surface tablets, the new Surface PCs, even the new Surface Duo. Microsoft says don't call it a phone. All that and a whole lot more this weekend and every weekend with me, Leo Laporte, the tech guy. Join me, won't you? I'll be looking for you.
Leo Laporte, this morning at 11. KFI AM 640.
KFI, Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. You are listening to Home, where every week we help you better understand that place where you live. Oh, fall. It's the first weekend of autumn. Is it not? Yes, it is. I can feel it. I do. You know, that's the nice thing about being an early morning person. You guys know this. Because you're up. You're up with me right now. Up early in the morning, you know, it doesn't matter how hot it gets during the day, right in the middle of the day. You know, it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot in October. But in the morning, right now, oh yeah, fall is totally here. You can feel it, smell it, and sense it. Favorite season. It truly is. Feels great. And also nice, the sunrise, which is still like 20 minutes away. So, all right. You're listening to Home, and we're going to be going to the phones in just a few minutes, by the way. Let me give the number out again. 833-2-ASK-DEAN. 833, the numeral 2-ASK-DEAN. The phone lines are open. Got some calls on the board, but now is your chance. Call in while traffic is light and make the commute to the show. Good chance that we'll be able to talk. All right. anything, by the way, going on with your home. We can talk about anything. Design issue, construction concern, DIY question, whatever it may be. I, on the other hand, right now I'm talking about the closet. We are extracting the secret of closets. And by the way, I'm going to be peppering into the morning some closet dimensional information for you. So let me just give you the first one right now, the most foundational thing. What do I need to know about a closet? We need to know that the minimum depth of a closet is 24 inches. And that's not from the outside of the wall, that's inside, the inside wall space, okay? For a properly functioning interior, and this would what we would call a reach-in closet, not a walk-in closet. But your basic closet depth, 24 inches. That's from drywall to drywall, from the inside of the front wall to the inside of the back wall. Now, of course, there are clothes that don't require quite as much space, but when you get to the bulkier stuff, jackets and so on, and we don't want the clothes actually rubbing against the wall, that is why the industry standard is 24 inches. It's just human ergonomics. The closet rod, by the way, in a 24-inch deep closet should be hanging right about center. Between, you can fudge a smidgen if you need to, but 11 to 12 inches. So right smack dab in the center of that space. Okay, there you go. What did I bring up? You probably, and please don't throw anything at me too early, you probably don't really need more closet space. You need less stuff. Now, I know that's a subjective statement, but that's a subjective statement coming from somebody who's constantly being asked to create more closet space for folks in houses that don't have more room for closet space. So, yeah, and there are some pretty seriously inadequate homes out there in terms of closet space. I get it. In fact, the older the home that you live in, the more likely this is the case, meaning, people just did not have as many material possessions a century ago. So if you live in a house that was built in the 20s or 30s, yeah, you probably have less closet space than what all of us are used to. That's what I mean by old, like pre-war homes. But for the rest of us, come on now. We have to really give a consideration to the idea of getting rid of more stuff. And the reason is this, and it's a simple scientific fact. No storage system, I don't care how much you spend on it, how creative you're going to get with it, no storage system can overcome having too much stuff. So this is something that has helped my clients throughout the years. I'm going to share it with you now, and I want you to really consider it. If you are wrestling with closet issues, consider this first. The healthiest way to think about your closet, which is ours, is secret number 2? Yes, it is. The healthiest way to think about your closet is not as a storage shed, but rather, here we go, temporary staging area for frequently used items. I have never been able to describe that better, and it has been immensely helpful for folks. Think of your closet as a temporary staging area for frequently used items. Keyword, temporary staging and frequently used. Okay? That's a closet. It really is a closet. Now, I know you may have more stuff, but, for instance, seasonal stuff, that doesn't need to all be in the closet. That can be in a beautiful, safe, lovely container out in the garage or shed, or winter coat when it's not winter time. That kind of thing. I don't care if you rotate clothes in and out, but your closet, it's not just, it's not a used store thing with a rolling door on it, okay, at the storage facility. Closets at their best are for the things that you're going to often, right? In fact, that's one of the tricks for evaluating and filtering what goes in the closet. You've heard this before. These were, I'll bring it up now. The idea of you set up your closet so all the clothes are facing one direction, and then as you wear an item, when you put it back, once it's washed and put back, you put it back facing the other direction on one side of the closet, right? And you use that as a test. You keep doing this. You use that as a test, and you wait, okay, 6 months to see exactly what in that closet got turned and used again and again and again, and what never got touched. And after that waiting period of 3 to 6 months, you realize, you know what, yeah, these things just hang here and they take up space and I don't actually use them, okay? Maybe something that gets used once a year, I don't know that that qualifies, unless you've just got ample space. I'm not sure that qualifies as temporary staging for frequently used items, okay? So, now, the thing that we're going to talk about next is this. And this has got to be the thing that really annoys people. Walk-in closets. They are the most luxurious, but they are the most inefficient of closets. Walk-in closets are the most inefficient. I know the first thing a lot of folks think of is, I need more closet space, I want to walk in. That's not how you get more closet space. But we will talk about that when we return to the subject. So guess what we're going to do when we come back? We're going to go to the phone. The number to reach me, 833-2-ASK-DEAN, 833, the number 2, Ask Dean. You're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Your call's up next. Brian Berman has the news.
LAPD Chief Moore says he's been keeping an eye on how other police departments around the country are dealing with refugees coming into the U.S. from Afghanistan.
We're also working with our state and federal officials in understanding the resettlement plan. Currently, Los Angeles is not a destination for any major resettlement efforts.
Moore says he's reached out to Afghan community leaders in Reseda to reassure them that if refugees are sent to LA, the department will work to make them safe. Pollution has joined the list of problems caused by dozens of cargo ships stuck outside the ports of LA and Long Beach. Coalition for Clean Air President Joe Lee says the ports have struggled with pollution for decades, and that was with an average of just one ship waiting to enter.
It's a big mess right now, and there are no easy fixes, and it's probably going to stay bad for the foreseeable future.
Lee says every stakeholder along the supply chain will have to come together for a solution. Port officials say the warehouses are full, but the ships just keep on coming. Dozens of parents are trying to recall 3 members of the Tucson School District Board over claims of critical race theory being taught. Organizer Cindy Lee says parents had to use public records requests to get transparency on the ethnic studies courses.
We want trustees that will be accountable to constituent concerns and have a plan for increasing the test scores in TUSD, particularly within minority groups, regardless of political affiliation.
Lee says the schools should be about math and science, not teaching kids about social justice and how to become political activists. She says signature gathering starts Monday. The 3 board members and the Tucson School District declined to comment. A wildlife crossing in Agora Hills will be named the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing. The National Wildlife Federation Save LA Cougars team and the Annenberg Foundation announced the name yesterday. The crossing at Liberty Canyon will span over 10 lanes of the 101 freeway, but the Save the Cougars campaign used just over $6 million to start construction by the end of the year. Looking at some road work on the 15th.
In Corona, southbound side of the 15, wireless to Commercial Canyon with 2 right lanes shut down there. That means only the left lane open. And there's also a crash that moves over the shoulder mill, definitely adding to the lane. Really heavy as you approach the area. Baldwin Park on the westbound side of 10, Fraser to 605, 3 right lanes toned out to around 9 o'clock. 4 black buddy with Francis Keel. On the eastbound side of the 10, through Mid-City, right about Arlington Avenue, with the stall car being reported in the middle lane. KFI in the sky helps get a bit faster. The buttons. With energy costs rising and temps getting warmer and electric vehicles here to stay, I can't believe still how many homes don't have solar. Now granted, a lot of misinformation out there. So our solar company, Sunlux, asked me to clear some of it up. So here's 2 or 3 things. First, solar doesn't cost you money. The whole point is that it saves you money. A lot of multiple college tuitions worth of money over the life of the system. A lot of money. Second, it doesn't matter where your panels are made. No. It matters who makes them. And finally, you might hear about some system like $29.90 or $39.95. That is not the system that's going to end up on your home. I guarantee you. So, I know it means something to me that all the partners at Sunlux left top-tier positions at other solar companies. Why? To do solar better than that. It's why Sunlux is an LG and Tesla Platinum contractor. They have the best system, the best battery solutions, the best service, the best warranty, and they're a solar company that is straight with you from day one. So, hey, it's time for solar. Get started at Sunlux. sunlux.com. That's sunlux.com. CSLB 1008374.
Southland weather from KFI. Highs in the upper 60s to mid-70s at the beaches, mid-70s to low 80s in Metro LA and OC, upper 70s to mid-80s in the Inland Valleys, and mid-80s to low 90s in the Inland Empire. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Brian Bruce.
Last year, there was a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. A criminal could be spending your money, applying for loans in your name, damaging your credit, or even selling your personal information on the dark web. Unfortunately, you can miss certain threats to your identity by just checking bank accounts and monitoring your credit. Solution? LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. LifeLock sees certain threats you can miss if you're only monitoring your credit and alerts you if they find something that could be suspicious. Plus, if you become a victim of identity theft, a U.S.-based identity restoration specialist dedicated to your case will work to fix it from start to finish. Now, no one can prevent all ID theft or monitor every transaction in every business, but LifeLock by Norton can help protect your personal information so you can keep what's yours. Save up to 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to LifeLock.com. Use the promo code HANDLE. That's LifeLock.com. Promo code HANDLE. 25% off.
Owning a business comes with pressure. There's a limit to what I can do and still keep employees engaged. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put 30-plus years of HR experience to work to help me with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance, while giving my employees competitive benefit options. And because I'm able to focus on other priorities, my employees can thrive and my business can grow. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
You're tired of your car. You want something new, and you want it now. No problem. Roto has your back. That's R-O-D-O. Sell your old car and get into a new one right from the comfort of your couch. Use the Roto app to browse thousands of vehicles from local dealers for the best deal on the wheels you really want. Roto, the fastest, easiest way to buy or sell a car. Download the Roto app now or check out roto.com. That's ROTO.com.
Injuries, dial pound 250, use keyword personal injuries, picking up opioid loss.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. You're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Hey, thanks for joining our fine program. You guys know after our show is done, every Saturday morning, Handle on the News. Handle on the Law is right after. We need to talk to Bill today, you know, because he's done with his heart stuff. He's been coming back. He's been back. And we haven't talked to Bill, so we're going to talk to Bill before. We're going to talk to Bill before. We'll see if he'll talk to me. He will. All right. We're talking about closet secrets today, but now, as TV's it's time to go to the phone. Jody, welcome home.
Listen, as a part of our large pandemic project, we ended up with a 10-by-10 bed fur post, pretty much in the middle of a large space of our grand room. And I want something natural to finish it and just make it look good. I have design ideas.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so all right, so you've remodeled, you've done a redesign, you've got a. Tell me where this post is and how big is it? A 10 by 10? That's a big old post.
Well, I decided if I was going to go big or go home. It is between, we have a large, grand room, living room, dining room, transitioning into the kitchen. And it basically is right where the transition into the kitchen is. And my husband is building a live edge countertop between the dining room and the kitchen that's going to butt into this 10 by 10 bed space. So we like a natural look, an earthy look, but I do want it to look finished. And right now it's just raw bed fur, 10 by 10 post.
Okay. Wow, that is a really, I'm still stunned at how big of a post that is. That's a really big, and it's a structural post, so it's not something that you guys are moving. So I'm just going to take that. But wow, 10 by 10, it sounds like it's holding up, 7 stories there. Anyway, here's the thing. Finishing out a wood post, and you want that natural, I'm glad you said a live edge countertop, because that gives me at least a little bit of sense over the radio here as to that whole naturalistic sort of organic flow. Probably my suggestion is going to be that you wire brush and weather this post, age it. That doesn't mean you have to turn it gray or anything like that, but that you wire brush it. Here's the trick for aging. I can take any piece of wood and in about an hour make it look like it's 100 years old. And the secret is very, very simple. You get out a wire brush. Now, I don't mean a wire brush in terms of like the one that you scrape the barbecue grill with, because that will take forever and you will hate me for even suggesting it. But at a hardware store, you go in with the power tools, and what we want to find is we want to find a circular wire brush attachment for your drill bit, okay? Or a wire brush disc on a grinder. What happens with a wire brush? We said it has no effect on the structure of the post, especially the 10 by 10 post. It is that the wire brush is going to dig in. You're going to use it along the length of the grain. Okay, so you're not going to scratch it across the grain, but it's the length of the grain. The wire brush will begin to dig out the softest pulp areas of the wood and leave the harder areas of the wood, and as a result, you're going to get that kind of recessed, raised grain, weathered look out of the post. Doesn't change its color or anything like that, and then you are free to either stain it and or oil it and finish it in whatever manner you want. But what that's going to do is it's going to age that post. And probably also, as you're wire brushing, you may want to take a sander and randomly knock off and create uneven corners. Okay, sharp, super crisp, sharp cut lumber corners always looks new, and it always feels a little awkward, and it doesn't feel quite as luxurious. So I like to round off all the corners first, for sure, at least slightly, so that when you put your hand against it, it feels soft and rounded and not sharp and uncomfortable. Like if you ran your hand down it, you'd end up getting a splinter. And then do it unevenly. So areas of it kind of dig in a little bit, other areas come out. It's really kind of an artsy thing, but it's something that it doesn't happen so fast that you don't have control over it. So you really can play with it. You can see these, you can pick up some videos on YouTube too, and check it out so that, give you an example of how it's done well. But really all it takes is a good wire brushing to take a piece of wood like that, age it, and I guarantee you age that post, and if it's anywhere near that live edge countertop, live edge, by the way, everybody, is when you have taken a slab cut out of a tree and you're leaving the outside edge of the tree untouched, so it's got that very organic, sometimes the bark is still on, but even without the bark, you have that very naturalistic edge. So that's why I'm saying take this post and give it sort of a live, organic, weathered feel. It's my best guess. That's my best guess, Jody, about how to transform that post in your house. Good luck with that. Send me a pic. Send me a before and after pic. I would love to see it. And yeah, I'm actually one in favor of oiling wood when it comes to that. If it doesn't have to wrestle constantly with a heavy moisture issue or something, I'd rather oil it with a tung oil or a mineral oil and just bring out its natural essence, as opposed to putting like polyurethane on it. So sometimes polyurethane can just kind of plastic coat a wood and make it feel like it's been wrapped in plastic. So my preference is natural, soft, satin oil finish. And you won't have to re-oil it that often. It'll look good. All right. When we return, shall we get a couple of more calls? Of course we shall. You are home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, Brian Baroon, the Company.
A Title IX investigation says it found sufficient evidence that a former USC Strong Girls coach body shamed and harassed members of the Spirit Squad. Booster shots are now available for people over 65 and people with serious underlying health conditions across LA County. And China has made all cryptocurrency transactions in the country illegal. We'll have a look at some slowdown in the 405 next.
Let me tell you a story. The year was 1903. Two young Boston architects, Charles and Henry Green, made history right here in Southern California by designing a new style of home that would come to be known by you as the California Craftsman home. Yeah, the green and green. One of the very first examples of a green home was the Camp House near Pasadena, a home whose restoration, over 117 years later, has been entrusted to yours truly. Now, this historic green was entrusted to me, and God honest truth, I trust every last inch of its finish to Benjamin Moore paint. For generations, Benjamin Moore Regal Select has been the paint that the most passionate architects, builders, painters, homeowners have trusted their most precious spaces to. Visit your local Benjamin Moore retailer and learn for yourself why Regal Select is the brand that painters know best and the company that knows paint best. Benjamin Moore. To find your local independently owned and operated Benjamin Moore retailer, go to benjaminmoore.com, benjaminmoore.com.
Southern California Edison. What conditions lead to a public safety power shutoff? Long winds and dry brush can lead to wildfires. SCE considers numerous factors before calling a public safety power shutoff. Learn more at sce.com/wildfire. This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. There's a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the IE, highs in the mid-80s to low 90s. This report brought to you by Southern California Edison. There's some road work on the 405.
Inglewood on the northbound side of the 405, Manchester to Howard Hughes, 3 right lanes shut down there. You're back to Century Boulevard. And the southbound side of the 405 between the 90 and Howard Hughes, there's 4 right lanes that are closed there as well. And you are seeing delays right as you approach the 90 interchange. In Long Beach, 710 south connector to the 91, the west partially is blocked by a new crash. Second back along the main line just as you approach the from the Laundra. And Corona on the 15 southbound to Wireless to Mexico Cambridge. The southbound looking the 2 right lanes until around 8 a.m. KFI in the sky helps get there faster. Up to Bucky.
Hitting speed bumps in your hiring process? Streamline your route to hired with Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates. All in the same place. Find your next great hire and visit Indeed.com/credit. If you think vaccines alone will protect you from COVID-19, think again. There are breakthrough cases of COVID variants show that vaccinated people are still vulnerable to the deadly disease. So be safe. Monitor regularly for fever, as it's the leading sign of COVID-19. Use Exogen, the only thermometer scientifically proven to detect fever. And beware of non-contact devices that miss 5 out of 6 fevers. Remember, vaccines are not enough. So protect yourself and your family with the Exogen Temporal Scanner. Learn more at Exogen.com.
Ever since the generator people, Duffy Power Services, became a sponsor here on our fine program, I've been getting a lot of questions about how home backup generators work, that whole thing. So here is a quick primer. Duffy's going to evaluate your home, and then they are going to match you up with the perfectly sized generator to meet all of its needs. Then, when the next outage occurs, everybody around you loses power, but your generator automatically kicks on. It takes over. Your life continues uninterrupted. When the power comes back on, the generator knows that too, turns itself off. It's really just that easy. What's also easy is 0% interest financing. Payments that could be as low as $72 a month, which makes emergency power totally affordable. Now, as you know, the pandemic has everything in short supply, including generators, so don't wait. Call today, and Duffy will make sure your life, your comfort, your safety won't be interrupted during the next outage or any of the ones ever after that. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say Duffy Power, pound 250, Duffy Power, or find Duffy on the web at duffypower.com. That's DUPHIE power.com. You don't sleep well. Some days you're angry and irritable, and other days you just die. Listen.
Kfi Distillery discovered a breakthrough compound called CBN, and when CBN is added to CBD, the results are incredible. It interacts with our regulatory system, responsible for better sleep, emotional ups and downs, and even memory. Try it at cbdistillery.com and enter SAVE to get 20% off. cbdistillery.com. Not available in Iowa or South Dakota.
Totally tasting Ensure Max protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and nutrients to support immune health. Those who tried Ensure Max protein reported feeling more energy in just 2 weeks. For more information, including consumer survey details, please visit Ensure.com.
Get your daily dose of California with the Times daily news from the LA Times. Join your host, LA Times journalist Gustavo Arellano, as he unpacks our world with a West Coast perspective. Listen and subscribe today at latimes.com/the Times or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Ma, did you get my list? What? Too early to talk Christmas? And now the top 5 reasons to visit Morocco. Number 5.
Sapphire September giveaway. Get a 5-quart Dutch oven when you earn 500 points on your rewards card, the 27th or 28th.
Number 4.
Get your groove on with live music every weekend at the Sideline Bar.
3.
We know you're ready for some football. So are we. Notice the big screens everywhere?
Number 2.
Get funky with the Commodore. Live October 1st. We will sell out. Get your tickets now.
And the number 1 reason.
Pay with points. It's simple. Play, earn, then pay for gas, gifts, and food with your rewards points.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Morongo. Good times.
The Pink Floyd exhibition, Immortal Remains, now open through January 9th at the Vogue on Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles. Immerse yourself in the band that changed music forever. Get tickets now at pinkfloyd.com.
Clinical trial for a possible treatment for COVID-19. If you're 18 or over and tested positive for COVID-19 during the past 5 days, you may be eligible to participate. Participants will receive study-related care at no cost. To learn more, visit merckcovidresearch.com. That's MERCK, covidresearch.com.
I know the weight of the world seems to rest on your shoulders, and sometimes life seems like it's filled only with confusion and chaos. But I assure you, I have a plan for you.
The Jesus Christ Show. Tomorrow morning at 6 on KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
KFI, Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Welcome home. The sun is up, technically, although it's a little misty, so we can't see it. But it's just going to be a gorgeous day. Not too hot this weekend. The sun's going to break out at some point. First weekend of autumn. So good. All right, in just a bit, I'm going to get back to talking about your closets, but it's time to go back to the phones. Let's talk to Jane. Hey, Jane, welcome home.
Hey, Dean, I have a glass block wall going into my walk-in shower, and the house is like 16 years old, and this was put in originally, and the grout at the very bottom level on the ground is moldy. And we're trying to figure out how to correct that without removing the whole wall. It's 3 blocks, they're 8 by 8 blocks, 10 high and 3 wide. And I don't know. My husband has suggested power washing, doing a high power washing, and we're just not sure if that'll work or not.
Yeah, glass block is tricky. Now, you're saying that this is actually a dividing wall between, between the bathroom and your walk-in shower. So this side of the wall gets wet regularly?
Right, yes,
Okay, and it's just down at the bottom. All right. Well, very rarely, sometimes people get concerned. They're like, oh, my glass block has got mold inside of it. It's very rare that the mold is actually inside the glass blocks. That would be a complete failure, and I'm telling you right now that if that was the case, that's an actual manufacturing defect on the part of the glass block. It's something there is no cure but to get it out of there.
No, I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah, by and large, it's in the grout, and that comes from the fact that the grout has been allowed to go unsealed for too long. Grout is porous, just got to remember that. It's a porous situation. So this really comes down to, most of the time you can resolve the situation, but it usually involves removing the grout, removing that area of grout because of its porosity. Now, you can certainly try power wash, you can try it, see what happens. My concern is it's just a constant area. You can try power washing and then saturating it in bleach.